messed up. I messed up. See, I thought the door was clear. I checked the lights, checked the camera. There was no one there, but now I can't close my door every time I push the button. Which means as soon as I look away, there's gonna be a jump scare. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's, what a pop sensation you turned out to be. In the 2 years since its release, this little game about a haunted pizzeria has produced endless amounts of fan art, fan games, music, theories, live-action parodies, cosplay ideas, and a live-action movie in the works. And now, a year after the release of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which was supposed to be the last game in the series after number 3, which was also supposed to be the last in the series, Scott Cawthon's releasing a 5th game in the main franchise. So with 5 games in the series delivering frights to the fans for about 2 years now, what keeps the fans coming back for more? What makes this horror franchise scary? Let's talk about that. Alright, let's get this cleared up right off the bat. Jump scares. When you ask a random person why Five Nights is scary, odds are you're going to hear about the many jump scares you endure while playing it. And whether you love them or hate them, the jump scares in Five Nights aren't the main focus of its horror. The jump scares in these games only happen when you die. And you only die when you do something wrong and get caught. So the jump scares are actually something that you, the player, are actively trying to avoid. They don't just randomly happen to scare the player for no reason.
Well, at least not until the 3rd game.
The jump scares are a penalty for messing up. Let's move on. Personally, I think it's much scarier to think about what happens after the jump scare. See, in Five Nights at Freddy's, you play as someone being hunted down by haunted animatronics. It's established right from the beginning that if these animatronics find you, they're going to try and stuff you inside of an animatronic suit. A suit full of gears and metal. A suit that will crush you into red paste. A suit that only your eyes will ever make it out of intact. So when the animatronics get you, and the game cuts to an image of a bloody Freddy suit, that's scary. What happened when they got you? Did all of them carry you away to the suit room kicking and screaming? Was your character able to put up any sort of fight? Letting the player's mind come up with what happened in between getting caught and getting stuffed into the fursuit lets your imagination come up with things that are way more terrifying than anything the game could have shown you. And I love it. Or maybe I just have a twisted sense of imagination. What do you think, Bartlesby?
Bartlesby's my best friend.
Speaking of those animatronics, what a fantastic idea for a monster. They have this really unsettling look about them, with big eyes and toothy grins. Some are cute, some are worn down, and some are downright nightmares. The variety of the monster design is great to look at, if a bit underutilized in the gameplay. These animatronics tap directly into a common human fear known as automatonophobia, the fear of anything that comes close to mimicking things that are alive but just aren't quite there. This phobia includes animatronics, taxidermy creatures, mannequins, those creepy dolls. Ugh. Compounding this fear is that with few exceptions, you don't actually see the animatronics moving around. Just pop up in different places every time the cameras go out. That's terrifying! Not only that these things that shouldn't be moving are apparently creeping around in a building with you, but also that they can apparently move incredibly fast when the camera's not on them, like some other monsters I know. These scare tactics are nothing new, but they work well for the mechanics of these games. There's also the paranormal aspect of these animatronics. You see, these games have a ton of hidden backstory. Through hidden bits of information scattered throughout the series, you learn that a mysterious child killer stalked the restaurant and stuffed the bodies of his victims into the animatronic suits. So now it's not just psycho robots coming to kill you, it's haunted, vengeful psycho robots coming to kill you. Or serve you cake. The settings are really eerie too. Scary pizzerias, a haunted house, inside your own home at night, and never underestimate the power of atmosphere in horror. There's also these time-based mechanics in the games, which force you to split up your attention. Watching Foxy, winding the music box, checking on the mini Freddys are just a few examples. Mechanics like these add to the overwhelming feeling of the game. Like you've always got to be twitchy and on your toes or else something's gonna get you. paranoia, sprinkle it into any horror environment for a special dose of insanity. For me personally, the scariest moments in these games are when you know you're doomed. Moments like when the doors won't close or the power goes out, when the puppet gets free, Springtrap is in your door, or you hear breathing outside your room. That terrifies me. It's like, hey buddy, glad I finally found you. Wanna play a game of Twister with your bones? Moments like these are where you know you messed up, the game knows you messed up, and now all you can do is wait for the inevitable. So, what makes Five Nights at Freddy's scary? A lot of things. It's a creepy concoction of fuzzy frights. Sure, now the formula has been copied and done to death, but at the time the claustrophobia, isolation, and desperation you felt while playing these games was incredible. I mean, at least until you learned the pattern and it became annoying instead of scary.
I cannot even say I'm remotely scared by anything that happens in this game now.
But any piece of horror media will stop being scary after you know it backwards, forwards, inside, and out, so come on. Five Nights at Freddy's is so scary to so many people because there's so many different ways to be scared by it. You could be afraid of the animatronics. You could be afraid of the ghost story aspect. You could just be afraid of the situations it puts you in, or any of the other reasons I've listed. Five Nights at Freddy's as a franchise may have been blown way out of proportion by the internet, but it does do horror well. And when a piece of horror media is able to deliver frights, I can't fault it on that. So what new frights await us in sister location? Or will they just be the same frights rehashed? Who knows? But I'm sure once Scott Cawthon releases it, which could be tomorrow for all we know with his release schedule, the entire internet's going to explode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you had fun and maybe learned a little bit. And until next time, if you hear something running around the hallways or breathing heavily outside your door, make sure you paid the electric bill. I'll see you later.
Back from the dead.
So now I've made a video on Five Nights at Freddy's, something the rest of the internet has already done. Am I cool now? Mom, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and if you like this kind of stuff where I talk about monsters and why things are scary, click on the left side of the screen to watch Check to Be Scary, where I analyze a new monster every episode. Click on the top right of the screen to check out something really fun I made about cicadas invading my town. And if you really like me, click on the bottom right side of the screen to subscribe and be notified every time I put up a new video. I hope you have fun when Sister Location comes out, and I will see you later. Bye!